But we got a new one now that's even closer to the city. This would include areas like Mays Chapel, Cockeysville, and the Hampton area. This is a new tornado warning polygon that was just issued. This goes until 4:45, so it's a very brief tornado warning. But again, these circulations don't really last that long, so these are going to be very short-lived tornado warnings. What I want to point your attention to is the area of bright green. So what we're looking at here is what we call shear. And so I know the velocity, the storm relative velocity that we were showing you, this particular product can be a little confusing. This kind of makes it a little bit easier to understand. And what I want to show you is the bright green that you see right here. See that bright green? Notice the scale at the bottom of your screen there. So when you start getting into the bright greens, when it starts getting lighter towards the maroon and then eventually the yellow, that from left to right is stronger. So when you start seeing these bright greens, that the radar is saying, yeah, you know what, there's a little spin in there. I don't like that. So the Weather Service decided to go ahead and put a tornado warning on that. And again, I don't argue with them on that one because these things are going to produce very, very tight circulations, very quick ones. And now this one is forming on the very bottom end of that bookend vortex. You remember we were talking at the top end, sometimes you can get it kind of spinning backwards and forming a rotation. Now we're getting a little bit of rotation perhaps on the leading edge of the bottom end of this. So perhaps kind of something like this. And I will draw it for you, kind of like this. So it's kind of curling in like that. And sometimes you can get a little brief tornado forming on the tail end of that. So again, Mays Chapel, really I would say just to be on the safe side, the Towson area, although I think this will track just north of you. Towson, you need to be in your safe place right now. It's definitely Cockeysville, you need to be in your safe place right now. Really anywhere along the north side of the Beltway where it intersects with 83 and goes north out of the city. Between there and Cockeysville is where this rotation is eventually going to cross. So right in that vicinity there, you can see around Mays Chapel where you see these bright green colors right there is where that possibility of a tornado is. So